Welcome to the Den, the Dark Entertainment Network. I'm the Gothic Rose, and I am here with the fresh hell of the day on the Daily Dive in 5. This moment to reintroduce myself. I am the Gothic Rose, hostess of the Dark Entertainment Network. This is a channel where the news meets conspiracy theories and makes babies in my brain, and it comes out my mouth. I do this because I enjoy it. If you like this type of content, please follow along, because I'm not going to stop. Yes, it happened. All the laws put in place to defend democracy did not work. And even though Donald Trump should not have been allowed near the White House again, as per all of his old advisors and everyone in his last administration, he was somehow unanimously voted in. But was he voted in because of Elon Musk's help, as he made clear in his speech last night when he said that Elon was so good with the voting machines and we won Pennsylvania by a landslide? I feel a little let down by Merrick Garland and the Department of Justice for pushing the Hunter Biden, what was it, drugs, gun, money, taxes case over a case of national security. And if you didn't know, the Republicans, and the reason that Trump keeps talking about Viktor Orban of Hungary, is they want to run America like Hungary, and they want to control all of the media. They want to control all of the social media. And that is why Trump made the statement that he is willing to work with TikTok and come up with some sort of a partnership where the United States owns 50%, but then they get to choose who the other partner is. Now, a lot of people are already saying that this is meta. I think it's not meta. The only reason is I know that Meta did all of the dirty work to try to get the app banned, but I believe that Mark Zuckerberg isn't as smart as he thinks he is, and he was led in that direction to want the ban, thinking that people would go back to Meta, Facebook, Threads, whatever it is, Instagram, all of that. I think WhatsApp might be the most popular out of all of those apps, but he thought that everyone would just flood back to those apps. But everyone flooded over to Red Note in China. Not everyone, but a lot of people. And it backfired. And then unceremoniously, TikTok was shut down on January 18th, hours before the ban was set to take place. Roughly 12 to 13 hours later, they restored services. And 24 hours later, now all of the services are up and running for the live streams and everything. But the algorithm is different, and everyone on TikTok is saying it. They notice it. Now, I don't think it's the Meta algorithm. I think it's X, because of how absolutely vile some of the comments have become, not just from bots, but from people emboldened by those bots to attack a creator whose content is something they may disagree with. And that's what they want to keep doing. They want to keep us fighting. And that was actually ending with TikTok. We were seeing who people really were. I hope we continue to do that. But just so you know, you don't own your content on TikTok. That's why they can remove your posts. So you do own your content on places like Blue Sky, and I believe all of the podcasting. And as you know, my disclaimer lets you know that I take the news, mix it with conspiracy theories. It makes babies in my head, and it comes out my mouth. That is what you get on the Dark Entertainment Network. But let's talk about even darker, because out of nowhere, Mayor Eric Adams of New York City went to the inauguration. It was a last-minute invite. He went to Mar-a-Lago. I guess it was to talk about these supposed mass deportation raids taking place either today or tomorrow in cities like New York and Chicago, and Trump will be declaring a national emergency at the border. But I find it absolutely hilarious that two indicted people are still in office, and I wonder if Adams was asking Trump tips on how to stay out of prison. Oh my goodness. But the whole thing is that now all of the Trump supporters are very upset, some claiming that they spent more than $5,000 to go to the inauguration, which was moved inside. There was snow predicted, there was a nor'easter predicted, or maybe who knows? Maybe they just had the news and the weather put that out there for them so that they had an excuse to move everything inside so everyone was warm and cozy because all of the billionaire oligarchs cannot be cold. They just can't be. They said this was to ensure the safety involved for everyone, including law enforcement and first responders and supporters who would have been outside for hours in freezing temperatures. Okay, that's true. That's one of the reasons that I don't go to the ball drop in New York City on New Year's Eve. So I do get that. That is true. These things are cold, but the temperatures are true. I think I'm just being bitter right now, but most of these supporters who had tickets, they were unable to attend in person because of the limited space inside the Capitol rotunda. So this was only for a small number of VIP guests. Now, it was live streamed at the Capital One Arena. Oh, and Trump did actually join his supporters after swearing in. So he didn't totally leave them out in the cold, like I assumed. But again, he does want you to buy Trump coin, which took a giant dive. Trump released Trump coin hours before his inauguration, and everyone that bought it is losing a ton of money because Melania released her version of the Trump coin and everyone went for that. So he's competing with his wife. He's competing with the unofficial president of the United States, according to Bibi Netanyahu. And the unofficial POTUS would be, of course, Elon Musk, who I believe is going to end up taking control of TikTok and turning it into another cesspool of hate. So if you just want to hear my version of the news and the truth is in there somewhere, I got the facts in here too. Go ahead and subscribe to the Dark Entertainment Network. Thank you for joining me on this daily dive in 5 in the Den.